Hey, Sonic everybody. Today's topic is about inertia. What is inertia and how we can use the science of inertia to overcome some of our basically lack of motivation to get things done. So for those of you who studied physics, you'll know that inertia is basically a property of matter where something will stay stationary unless an external force sort of pushes it and moves. And although it is something that is known for property of matter, but we ourselves also face inertia. Think about the last time that you wanted to do something but just can't be bothered. That can be bothered state, that's inertia. You're basically saying to yourself, I'm comfortable as I am, and there's nothing that wants or should makes me want to move and do things differently. Now, a lot of us would actually move and do things when there's an external force. For example, when there's a deadline, or when somebody of higher authority tells us we should do something, but there's a different way. So here are 3 practical tips that would help you overcome inertia, even though there's no external force. The first step is to make the task as small and as easy as possible. Sometimes we have inertia because we realize it's a huge hurdle to overcome. Make it simple. So for example, let's say we have a big report to write. So instead of saying I have this big report to write, you might feel inertia to even start it. How about say I just have to write 100 words or 1 paragraph or 1 sentence? The second tip is to give your brain some time to just look at the task and try to tackle the task. Sometimes our brain have inertia to even start a task. So a powerful way to do this is just to set a timer for just 25 minutes. It's called Pomodoro technique. And just look at the task. You don't have to actually do it or complete it, but just look at the task and think about it. What normally happens after 25 minutes, your brain's already in full gear thinking about the task, and you probably get a lot of work done, a lot of progress done, just because you overcame that inertia. The third tip is to create the conditions for an external force. For example, creating a deadline for yourself or committing to submitting something earlier than usual just so you can create. Personally, I'm not in favor of this third tip because we want to be relying more on internal forces, on intrinsic motivation, and not on extrinsic motivation, external forces. But if it works for you, it works for you. Whatever makes you get things done. So anything that helps you overcome that inertia, that's a move in the positive direction, inshallah ta'ala. Hope you found this useful. Please send more questions on productivity-related questions, challenges you're facing, and I'll be more than happy to answer them in my Snapchat stories. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.